What's going on, guys? Bethesda Games here with more Fallout 3, A Tale of Two Wastelands. And last episode when we left off, we collected some more bobbleheads. First of which being the sneak bobblehead in the Yao tunnels. And then we came over to the very creepy Dunwich building to get the melee weapons bobblehead. So this episode we're just going to be heading out. And first we're going to be going back to Megaton, just so we can put some of our stuff in storage and sell some other things, because we've been pretty much maxed out on our inventory weight for a little while.
Very nice to make your acquaintance. I'm your new robo-bubble.
Don't mind the smell. I was just...
So may as well get the schematics for the rocket launcher here, because Moira hasn't got many caps on her, and we've got a lot of things to sell. I want to get rid of a lot of our frag grenades and frag mines to get rid of some of our weight. We'll see about getting some stuff for our house as well. Just going to get rid of all of our frag mines for the time being, because we've got quite a decent amount of bottle cap mines and we don't need them all that often.
Good hunting.
So the rocket launcher is pretty cool. It basically allows us to use any junk items as ammo and launch it towards enemies at very high speed to take them out, which is pretty ridiculous but also pretty cool. Now we're going to head over to the Corvega factory and make our way down to the National Guard depot in order to get the small guns bobblehead. Our weight is still looking quite high, so we've got other things here we can sell. Around the back of the factory here, there is a dumpster we can jump into, and there'll be a skill book down there for us. Getting a big book of science. You have to be careful though, because of the obvious radiation. See, it's very, very high there. Pretty sure we have enough Radex to get rid of that. Oh, run away, rather. But if you want to get your science skill up, it's worth taking a little bit of radiation for. Just behind the Corvega factory, on the way to the National Guard depot, underneath this what used to be a train line, there is this overturned truck here, and there's some loot that you're going to want to get, along with another skill book and a mini nuke. Going into the truck, when you get about halfway down, it does cause those enemies to spawn behind us. But in this very hard, personal footlocker, there is also another skill book. Sometimes you can be really unlucky and the enemies that spawn are really high level. I've had that before. sure why it's sending us through the metro stations to get up here. We don't have access to this bobblehead at the moment until later on in the story. Obviously got taken out by an army of mole rats. Quite funny. So National Guard Depot is another really long dungeon, and there will be a weapon that quite a few of you might know about, being the experimental Merv, but we won't be able to get that yet because we haven't found all the Keller family transcripts, but we are going to do that later on. There are two protectrons outside the front. Other than that, all the danger's on the inside, unfortunately. I would have preferred to have more pulse grenades on me before going in here. But we'll just have to see how this goes. If you are struggling with any robotic enemies or any sort of armoured enemies, energy weapons, the ammo has built-in armour penetration, so it does circumvent some of the damage threshold that the enemy has, so that's a good place to start. But at the same time, you might notice this is all full of gas again. I'm not sure if we can set it off with our plasma pistol. Yes, it can. It's just something to be careful of before you make your way around here. I'm going to take some Radix as well, just to help with our radiation resistance.
Commencing attack on hostile target. And barely.
But yeah, even with our armour, these guys do tend to be pretty high level and do a surprising amount of damage to us.
Are you afraid of me? You should be, because I'm going to kick your ass when I find you. Step forward and identify yourself.
Does mean Dogmeat's going to be growling as well, the fact that there's some other enemies hidden further around. But just here, I'd recommend put down any mines that you have. It might even be worth putting down a couple of buttercup mines as well, because later on there will be a high level sentry bot spawn through there, and they should also blow up that generator, which will help do some damage to them. Don't really ever remember there being any loot around here. But yeah, throughout the dungeon as well, there are some turret control systems, terminals, so you can turn the turrets off, so you don't have to deal with them. We just need to make our way around. Can be quite easy to get lost here or not really know where going. One of the reasons I always like having that mini map. But yeah, most of the dead ends are made quite obvious by any debris.
I'll find you eventually, you know.
So there are 2 more turrets down there. We can start really focusing on our other skills here as well. Now we've got the main skills. I like getting up just to get some perks, or make sure we can get some perks as soon as possible. So I think for now we're going to be getting Shotgun Surgeon. It's a very powerful perk, I think. And it basically means that your shotguns penetrate through some or ignore some of the target's damage threshold. So even with some of the other ammo types, shotguns don't really do too well against heavily armoured targets. You see with the terrible shotgun, we struggled a little bit against the Yaoguai and the Yaoguai tunnels last episode. But with this perk, it basically bypasses that and makes shotguns useful against any targets, really. It's a must-have if you want to use shotguns at all, I'd say. But then we're also going to use Grunt as well, just because this affects a lot of weapons and increases their damage. For us, it increases light machine guns, which we'll definitely be using later on, grenade rifles and launchers, frag grenades as well as just some other weapons that we might use at certain points, and especially going through the DLCs. And it's 25% more damage, so it's a pretty significant increase as well. So I did have to mess around with my skill points a little bit, because I did remember there's some other perks I want to go towards, and so we've upgraded our sneak a little bit more rather than putting points elsewhere. Well, we're still going to go with Grunt, just because it affects a lot of weapons, and 25% damage increase is pretty high. And then Shotgun Surgeon as well, just because it does forego damage threshold on enemies and makes shotguns usable against the majority of targets. Down there's that door that we put all our mines in front of. Try and make things a bit easier for us later on. But there is always a military Mr. Gutsy on the corner here. Get blinded a little bit from Eve's weapon effects there. Still managed to do the trick. There are a lot of desks in this location. I find a lot of them are actually worth searching because there tends to be a pretty decent chance of ammo spawning in a lot of them, which I guess makes sense, seeing as this was the National Guard depot. Around here there is another turret in that corner. I didn't realise that guy was there. See what our turbo shotgun does against this guy after we've got our shotgun surgeon perk. So we have picked up some pulse grenades there. And these are very useful against robots because they do bonus damage. Normally they don't do hardly any damage though. They are mainly just used for any robotic targets.
Scanning for hostiles. This area clear. Proceeding with search. Open and identify yourself. Law up. Abiding citizens have nothing to fear.
So here, behind this desk, there's quite a few boxes of ammo, which is handy. There's also a lot of weapons, and they're not in great condition. But I'd say it's definitely worth grabbing them and using them to repair each other. And that way you can sell them for a pretty decent price. The 10mm SMG is pretty powerful as well.
This area clear. Proceeding with search. Area secure.
Now we've got 2 assault rifles we can sell for a good amount of money. I think there is another Protectron wandering around somewhere. Might be a robo brain from the sounds of things. So here's something that's quite funny. With one of the critical kills, that one specifically with Eve, it can knock you over. But then because we have Fallout enhanced camera, which means we can actually see our body and we have arms and things like that, the camera stays in first person, which is a little bit janky when you get knocked over. So we managed to pick up a lot of pulse grenades. I'm pretty sure they're almost guaranteed to spawn, to make it easier for you to deal with the robots. Something to note though, with the grenade throwing mods we're using, B42 quick throw. If you take out a robot with the bonus damage effect from the pulse grenades, you don't get any XP for the kill basically. Seems like this guy's just out of our range at the moment.
Please, stand.
Right up the top there, that ammo tick is a high level sentry bot, which can be quite a pain to fight in this office building here, but hopefully we can take him out using our pulse grenades if they don't roll away from him.
Hostile detected. Non-combatant safety
Let's get in the way. I'm going to finish him off with our energy weapon just to make sure we get that XP. Yeah, with the fact that he has a rocket launcher, can make him quite difficult to face off in this office building. But now we can step back into the depot and activate this switch down here. We'll open that door where we put our pulse mines and bottle cap mines, and thankfully put enough there to take them out. Again, at this stage in the game, want to be sort of avoiding the sentry bots as much as possible. But through this door, there is the armor, and along with the guns bubblehead, which allows us to do 5% more damage with all guns. We do also have all this equipment we can use. I think the shell shocked combat armor just improves your big guns and explosive skills. Obviously big guns isn't a skill in Fallout New Vegas. Big guns just require the gun skill, but you can re-implement it using Stewie's tweaks, but that's something I've chosen not to do. We're not going to worry about picking up that minigun just because it isn't in the best condition, so it's only worth 125 caps, and I'm not sure we have enough 5mm ammo at the moment to warrant using it. And there's another missile launcher here, but again it's not in the best condition, so we're not going to worry about picking that up for the time being. There is this door here. We don't have the access code for, and this is the Keller family logs we need for that to open that computer. And there is a very powerful weapon on the other side of that door. But that is the National Guard depot pretty much completed, other than opening that door. But we're definitely going to make sure to do it later on, because I'm going to try and show off as much as I can from this game before heading over to New Vegas. And looking at how long this episode has been, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I know it's been a little bit of a slower episode, but the National Guard Depot is a pretty long dungeon. And our next episode we'll head over and make a start on getting a bit further along in the story. Go over to Galaxy News Radio and see if we can find out any more information about our dad. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and been enjoying the series so far. If you have enjoyed the series, please like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. Any mods that I've mentioned throughout the video will be linked down in the description below, so you guys can use them for yourself. But thanks again for watching. Really appreciate having you guys here. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.